that come with money. And it's the opportunity to celebrate you one last time. The first award is new this year. We have a sponsorship through Pepsi, and this is the Pepsi Award for Excellence in Senior Thesis. It comes with a $500 cash scholarship, and it goes to Miss Michaela Jones. This next one is difficult. We have so many tremendous athletes, as Eduardo alluded to in his speech. So many different teams, so many athletes, so many scholarships. This year's Pepsi Award for Excellence in Athletics goes to Miss Adina Strauss. Program gains a lot of recognition, and it should. Our fine arts program has developed significantly in the past couple of years, most recently under the direction of two incredibly talented sisters. This year's award for excellence in the arts goes to Miss Michaela Carney. The next award that we're going to give is for excellence in academics. Much to his chagrin, the second highest GPA in school history, Mr. Eduardo Soschista. Only because he was here as a freshman and took one more AP course than me. And finally, the last one. We're a Christian school, and we love that. I love the opportunity to introduce the gospel to so many people around the world, but also to strengthen people that come here as Christian leaders. This year's Pepsi Award for Excellence in Christian Leadership is Mr. Lavelle McMillan. So far, our graduation has been a fairly normal ceremony. You can go to graduations all over the U.S. over the next couple of weeks, and you'll hear from salutatorians and valedictorians and hear different people speak and provide accolades of accomplishments and gratitude to teachers. But one of the things that I think happens here at Winston-Salem Christian School that's really unique is this next moment in our program. We're going to be accompanied this year for the first time by our budding arts program, and they'll actually be singing while this happens. There are flowers that are up here, and each student has written a letter to a parent. This is almost like a timeout in the midst of our graduation. There'll be people singing, seniors will come up here, and they'll take a rose take it out to a parent. They'll give them a letter. Parents, take the opportunity, read it, hug, love your kids. The relationship of graduate and parent is changing. Your influence is changing in the moment as they are becoming young men and young women and taking off to college and life beyond high school. So use this moment, pray with them, pray for them, and when the time is finished, those graduates will join up here and the teachers will come around them and we'll pray for them as well. If you're an international student, this is a great opportunity for some of you whose parents may not be able to be here. This is the one chance you're going to hear this at school. Take out your phone, FaceTime your parents. Express the gratitude and the sacrifices that they have made to allow you to be here at Winston-Salem Christian School. So now, enjoy. We'll take about 10 minutes. We're going to have music, and seniors, come up, grab a flower, and deliver your letter to your parents.
Give yourself away.
We love this part of our graduation, and it's something that we will continue to cherish the opportunities for parents to pray with and for their students, and know that doesn't end here. That our faculty continues to pray for you guys as you continue to move on from Winston-Salem Christian School. Our speaker tonight, I can safely say, is probably she's the most accomplished person that has been on this stage. And despite being married to her, I wrote down her accomplishments so I didn't miss it. She is the professor of neurosurgery and radiology at Wake Forest Baptist. She is the director of neurointerventional surgery and the residency program director. She served as a commander in the U.S. Navy and chief neurosurgeon at Tripler Naval Medical Hospital. She has a Naval Meritorious Service Medal, and be careful because she is an expert rifleman. She's mentored over 50 surgical trainees and published over 150 peer-reviewed articles. She's a researcher and a scientist with hundreds of thousands of dollars in grants, including NIH funding. She helped start a neurosurgery residency program in Kenya. She is selected and an honored guest of both the Canadian and Latin American Neurosurgical Societies. She's a parent at Winston-Salem Christian School and a host parent as well. But most often she is known around these parts as the real Dr. Liz.
Thank you so much for that incredible introduction. And as you can imagine, those accomplishments can never be performed in a vacuum. That's not the work of a single individual, but that's the work of a village, a group of people. I owe that to my brilliant and amazing husband, to my amazing family, and to an incredible God who's had a pretty amazing plan for me. In the spirit of collective accomplishments, let me first say, families, congratulations. You've been there for your graduates, and you've made it possible for them to be here today. And congratulations, graduates. You've done it. You have accomplished a huge milestone, but yet this is just the beginning. God has created each one of you for excellence. You're graduating, each with a special skill set honed and practiced in these many years of school. God tells us he has a plan for each of us. Some of you have a good idea of what that is. Others, not sure quite yet. So I'd like to share a little bit about my journey, and perhaps it may encourage you or inspire you as you begin yours. As I was beginning high school, I wrestled with how far I was going to go with this church thing. I'd grown up in the church. Dr. Wolf's mom was actually my 6th grade Sunday school teacher. And I knew it was the right thing to do. I loved God, that wasn't the question. But I wanted excitement. I wanted to know what was out there. I wanted to have experiences. I didn't want to sign up for a boring life. Read the Bible, go to church, be good. Have any of you ever wrestled with that? I sure did. I just wasn't ready to commit to what I perceived as the church lady life. So I sat on the fence for a while. And one day I read Wild at Heart by John and Stacey Eldridge. And they explained that God made each of us uniquely for a destiny. And he placed certain desires within each one of us. And they challenge you to ask God for a great adventure. And so I prayed for what I wanted, to not be boring, to have a great adventure, and how God has capitalized on that. I was born in Scotland, I've lived in Spain, I speak 2 languages. I'm mom to 2 amazing kids, and host mom to 3 extraordinary young men, and to so many of you. I've done over 7,000 surgeries, I've taken care of over 15,000 patients. I earned a flute scholarship, I played with the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra, I've run a marathon, gone skydiving, was a lifeguard, ski patrol. I've really gotten to do it all. I've driven a bus around border towns fixing teeth with my dad in Mexico. I've hiked across mountains and forded bridges and washed out after Hurricane Mitch in Honduras to provide medical care. I pulled teeth from a canoe traveling down the river in Venezuela to help tribes that were underserved, where dental abscesses were the #1 cause of mortality. I had the honor to go to Mississippi after Hurricane Katrina, sleep in a building that didn't have a roof, perform procedures by flashlight, and I've had the honor to go to Kenya and teach neurosurgeons there how to take out brain tumors without any of the things that we have back here, how to take care of their countrymen, including machete wounds. I've traveled over 30 countries. I've fast roped and thrown grenades with the U.S. Navy SEALs. And every day, I get to operate on the brain. I get to cure paralysis. I get to see God's miracles. It's been a pretty amazing adventure. And I prayed for that, and God delivered. And he's still delivering. This school and every one of you are an answer to that prayer and part of my great adventure. So I ask each one of you today, what does your adventure look like? How are you going to make a difference? And how are you going to know that's what you're supposed to do? As you graduate and embark on your journey, John 15:5 says that whoever abides in God will produce much fruit. What does that mean, to abide? God wants you to walk with him, to be present. He'll show you that next step, but you've got to be there, willing to listen, and then to actually step out. Abiding is not static, it's not fluid. It's walking when God opens the door and listening when he closes it. As you try and hear God, remember what a wise woman once told me. Prayer is not about manipulating God into our will, but seeking God's plan and reshaping our own plans accordingly. Prayer is not about manipulating God into our will, but seeking his will and reshaping our plans. When you ask God for direction, but you're not following his existing directions, he probably won't tell you anything new. He's waiting on you to line up with his plan. A repentant heart is key to following God. God won't yell, and he's not going to lay out a detailed life plan well in advance. But he'll walk with you every step of the way, and he'll create opportunities. And you have the choice to accept them or not. He'll give you deep desires, and sometimes he'll move to align those desires with his plans. Sometimes by presenting an opportunity or blocking by an opportunity. Sometimes through advice from a godly friend or mentor. Sometimes through a dream, and a lot of times through his word. He only asks you to be present. Present like Mary was when she heard she was going to be having baby Jesus. and to obey like Joseph when he heard instructions throughout his life about what to do. To seek first his kingdom, and these things will be added to you. My prayer for you is that you would experience the overwhelming love of Jesus, and that you would be able to show that love to others. Experiencing the fullness of Christ looks like so many different things to so many different people, as God speaks to your deepest desires. He made each of you uniquely, because you each have a unique job in his kingdom. You've been placed here for such a time as this. So pray boldly. Run the race he set before you. Pursue excellence and work with passion. When things get hard, remember who God is and what he's done for you. How he's worked out the details of getting you to this school, getting you through this school, and surrounding you with people that love you. Don't be deceived by emotions, which can make you feel inadequate, weary, afraid to try, afraid to fail. Instead, take hold of the truth that God has given us. Truths like Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Romans 8:28. All things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. Isaiah 40:31. For those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. God tells us to take every thought captive. Choose what you're going to fill your mind with. His truth, like these verses, or the devil's doubts. He's made you a lion. He's adopted you into his family. He will give you strength, protection, drive, and purpose. If the Lord is placing something on your heart, ask how it can be used as part of his plan. All you have to do is say yes and prepare for a great adventure. So as you each head into the future, this is your beginning. You'll be headed across the globe to do amazing things in this world and for God's glory. Saying goodbye to the dear friends that you've made here will be hard for all of us. But I'll share a custom that we have in my big Puerto Rican family. We never say goodbye, because God has started a good work in us that he's going to carry on to completion. Instead, we say one, good. We know that we're part of his good plan. And so we cover you each in his love, and we send you on to your great adventure. Ask, and he'll deliver. Prepare yourself. God's adventures are no joke. But we can't wait to see what you're going to do. We know you're going to make WSCS proud.